Fucking A! Guys, what's up? Wait, is everything going? Or am I just starting too soon?
Start.
Premature ejaculation is a problem in most places, and we are going to figure that problem out today with the gorgeous...
Who am I?
Good point. Hey guys, this is Hanging with Nathan. Or sorry, fucking goddamn it. Sorry guys, this is Cooking with Nathan. And this is...
Who am I? I'm just making you do all the work.
That's not how the show works, bitch. You announce yourself because I already bought all the food.
No, announce me. See how that works?
Helen locked.
Helena.
Helena? Is it Helena? I've been saying Helen.
No. No. God, you're fired.
Dude,
See, he even has it up on the side.
You never explained it to me. I can't read. I'm retarded. Okay, so.
Well,
yeah.
okay.
So yeah.
Case in point.
Yeah. And guys, we're making. How would you say?
Vin.
Coco Vin. Coco Vin. Coco Vin.
Yeah, I hope we're enunciating it right.
Yeah. Coco Vin. Well, it doesn't fucking matter. It's gonna be good. It's chicken.
He's cooking it for me.
Oh yes, and apparently it's in France, in Paris, whatever you want to say. It is actually, the word means red wine and chicken.
Did you do the research behind it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
That, and I spent all day cooking, so it was just like I have my old chef here, and we're just sitting here cooking all fucking day.
All fucking day.
All fucking day.
Oh.
But to get started with this whole process, what we are going to do. Do I got a bag for that? We are going to marinate some chicken. We got this. We got this.
Yeah, what am I doing?
Bay leaf. Let me make a bag for you, which I fucked up on that. Where is my... Where's the... Oh, there it is. Oh, God, I love this machine.
I have one of those. I sell my underwear and socks.
I've been doing that too.
Have you done that? See, it's versatile. It's not just for food.
The leg.
What?
The leg.
Oh, nice. Yeah, this machine. It's like every time I come on or do the show, I'll talk about this goddamn machine because it saves me so much fucking time.
I actually brought the underwear that I have to ship out.
Oh, is it you?
We'll have to do a little
Bring it for me?
Yeah. You want my scented underwear?
What's it scented with?
My pussy.
What? Ew. I was hoping it was gonna have like a rose smell or something. It's got a type of rose smell. Is it, what? So you've been in porn for give or take how long?
Oh gosh.
Or sex work or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
I mean, it varies because I worked in strip clubs for several years, and then I went into the corporate world. And really just did not like that. And then I started taking some domination classes as just part of my marriage. Then I was like, oh shit, people do this for a living. I can do this. I didn't even think about that. And I was like, what am I doing in the corporate world? God, that you are a noisy fucker. So long story short, I ended up working for a dungeon, and then my ex started doing porn, and then I started shooting for kink.
Oh shit.
For divine bitches and whipped ass, and then it just kind of...
Now, this may be a silly question. I'm going to have to explain this, or I'm going to ask this why you do things. Can you smash up 4 pieces of garlic? You know how to smash garlic? I
do it my way.
Okay, do your way. Fucking I can fuck. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Smash up 4 of them, stick them in the bag.
Okay.
What was that? What was the 2 sites you were saying?
It was divine bitches and whipped ass.
I'm surprised I forgot that one. Whipped ass. What does whipped ass entail?
It's girl domination.
Really?
You don't know this?
No.
Come on.
Dude, I never worked for kink.
Yeah, but your girlfriends have.
Do you think they talk to me about anything?
I don't know.
No. They don't talk to me. It's just
know.
It's but again, it's usually when they told me something, it was
yeah.
Smash the little one. Smash it. Come on, just smash the fuck out.
Anyhow,
okay, so is it a lot of just spanking?
No, it's I'm doming a girl.
Okay, it's just dom.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Dom sub work.
Gotcha. Nice. Now, you've done mainstream porn. You've done more of a domination role, right?
Yeah,
Let's get 4 sprigs of that and stick them there.
Just 4 sprigs.
Yeah, 4 of those.
Do you want me to pull the leaves off?
Oh no, you just pull the whole stem.
Okay.
Because it's just marinating that.
Yeah, let's get the big ones.
Now, what is it about That's good right there.
Okay.
What is that? What is it about like dominating people that you really enjoy? Because as far as I've seen, and I haven't even got to do like seen a full scene of you doing that.
Yeah.
But you're really good at it.
Oh well, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh well, I appreciate that. Have you seen a lot of people dom?
Okay,
You're like, no, just you.
No.
But
Actually,
you're really good at it.
No, okay amount. I've seen like a handful of people do it, and it's, again, I think I said this not too long ago. I find that when it comes to female dom, male doms, you have like a certain type that like I really hate.
Yeah,
And
I know.
so female,
I don't like that either.
Yeah, female dominants who are like who want to fight with me over stuff. Like I enjoy you because you can be dominant there, and we can actually have a fun scene together. And it doesn't need to be both.
Well, I just like before I get into like how I do it and why I do it, like I don't try and label people. You know, like I know like some are like I only want submissive men, blah blah blah. You know, people battle with their own idea and their identity of who they are and what they want to be. How much are we putting in?
Just like a tablespoon.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of like a little dredge in there, and then we fill some wine. Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
So anyhow, like you know, like some people are hung up on the word submissive, so they don't want to be identified that. And we put some wine in.
Oh yeah. Keep on for a bit.
Okay, like half the bottle?
Yeah. That's good right there. Yeah, sweet.
So I'm like, kind of like, you know, just come as you are.
Yeah.
Because it's a buildup of energy and people want to release that energy and they don't really quite know what it means to them yet. And they don't have to know what it means to them yet. They just have to come, listen, and then go on a journey. So like, to me, it's a very kind of like shamanistic, in a sense. I like to kind of kick into their chemicals of their brain and just kind of take them on a deep dive in their journey, because like we are the ultimate drug, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, even if you take a drug, all it is just different neurotransmitters and chemicals releasing at a certain time that specific drug does for you. But you can do that through other ways, and you can do it through BDSM, and you can do it through meditation, and you can do it through things like that. So I just come as you are, and then we'll just go on a journey.
And see, that's really nice.
And I'm the guiding system, so I'm the top. I'm the dom.
You want to cut that open, stick this in here?
Cut it open?
Yeah. There's two chicken thighs.
All right.
There we go.
So everything's kind of in levels.
Yeah, and but see, even that, how you explain it, hold on for a second.
Yeah.
Is I think more helpful than most of the way I've heard people explain it, because I heard many guys be like, I like the power, I like this, I like that.
Yeah,
and not
I mean,
like
power exchange is high.
Oh yeah,
of course. And there's so many levels of it, but the basic nuance of it is like, you know, I'm shifting their energy, because it's a buildup, right? Like, so, you know, sometimes like if you haven't had sex for a while, you haven't had the type of sex that you really like, or if you're kind of a deviant, that energy kind of builds and you need to release that. And it's the same thing. And, you know, some people need to shut off their head. They're stressed from their, you know, work week. You know, they're dealing with, you know, other problems in life. I can't remember. I think it's this way down. Right?
No, it's get it right in there. You're right there.
Like missing the hole.
Well, you can pull it out a little more. You don't need to put it in the hole. You can just literally lay
What if I want to put it in the hole?
Well, you can do that later with me if you want.
Oh, okay. All right.
That came off weird. No, fuck it. I stick to it.
I'm just letting you roll with it.
I'm fucking sticking my guns with that.
Yeah.
But we're
not afraid of holes.
No, I know she's not. But we're gonna leave this in here. We're gonna put it for between 6 and 24 hours. You know, just let that shit marinate, right?
Marinate.
Yeah, and then we're gonna mark the.
We're gonna be here a long time.
A long time. Pull that out.
Enjoy the ride.
Cool. It's front all the way through. Sweet. Pull that. Boom. Done. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And now what we're gonna do? Sear off some chicken. Because Martha Stewart in it. Boom. Here it is. 24 hours fucking later. You want to hold that bag for me?
Sure.
So, would you mind opening that bag and sticking the chicken on there? We can get rid of that, all that stuff. So, being a dominatrix and seeing all the things you have, I'm sure you've seen some very, very interesting things. Because I know I haven't even really been able to do dominatrix or dominant work in that sense, because they don't really hire me for that. And I've seen fucking weird shit.
It becomes so normalized.
It comes really normal, but like. So
what's weird these days, right?
Well,
it's to the person's discretion of what's weird. I'm like, oh, it's not weird.
Very true. Okay, then let's start with a different question.
Okay.
What happened in this when you first started out that you was like, that you came to set and it happened and you're like, wow, that was...
To set?
Sorry, to a dungeon or whatever. Like something.
This is so hard. I feel like when people ask me these questions, it's so hard. I don't know. I think I'm like one of those people, like curiosity killed the cat, you know? So I'm like, I just want to have all these experiences in life. Like, I don't want to go to my deathbed going, oh, it's kind of a fucking boring life. Yeah. So like, you know, I've done pretty much all the sex things, you know, personal life, professional life, and just kind of like you meet all different types of people and they're all calibrated differently. That's a good way to say it.
I'd say that's a pretty good way to say it.
Everybody's calibrated differently. Yeah. And like, so you might be into the same thing, but they might do it in a different nuance.
A very different way, or very, yeah.
Yeah. So I have to think about that. You should have prepped me on that question when I could have really think, because I feel like on the spot, like I can't like.
So the way I've
normally,
you know, I'm gonna quote Allison Ray because this happens on set all the time. It's like when you're working with someone, they're very good looking, they're this, that, and you just don't work well together.
Oh yeah.
So it's you're listening to a song and you're listening to a song, but our songs don't match up. So we're just trying to dance different beats.
Yeah.
Can we pat dry these bad boys?
We can.
And that's something that ends up happening. I don't think it really matters what field you're in. It just because you could go to, I guess, one dominatrix and go to another dominatrix and ask for the same thing.
It's all based on chemistry. So like my whole thing is like engage with me. You know, like it's like you don't go to a dinner to be quiet and not speak to anybody.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like the same thing. You know, it's it's like you get some people and they're so quiet. And you bring them out of the shell. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. Like this kind of popped in my head, and it's not that it's weird or anything like that. This guy was like into like just total like power exchange. You know, just he had all these preferences, and so like for like literally for like 10 minutes straight, like, and I had a cane in my hand, and I was like in these like stilettos and this really nice lingerie. And I think I just, he's like in a slave position. He's like, his palms are up. He's like on his knees and he's like sitting there looking at me. And I just walked over to him really slowly. And I just sat down, kind of like kneeled down. No, I wasn't on my knees. I was just kind of like squatting, right? And I had the cane in my hand and I just stared at him for like 10 minutes straight, dead silent. And you can just see like, all like the wheels just like, and him just kind of coming undone. Yeah. And it's so like simple. Yeah. And just the simplest little things that you can do, and it just, people start to unravel. And they really just start to unravel. But I mean, like I've been, I'm not the only one, but I've been up to like my elbow and an ass. And you have to really sit there and navigate the colon. So like, it's not even my normal hand. I have to use my opposite hand, and I'm like in these different positions.
That's not even your normal hand.
It's like opening the door with your other hand, you know.
So guys, if you've never
you have to navigate the colon.
If you've never put your hand in a colon, it doesn't go back as far as you think, and then you have to fucking wiggle through there. Yeah. I've never gotten past this right here.
Oh yeah, so I've been up to
that's there. Fucking crazy, and I would love to do that one of these days because I just fucking because I keep getting stuck here in a pussy and a ass. It's like so irritating. But things like that. Let's dredge these in the flour. Okay. Salt, pepper, garlic, and flour. Get it all nice and toast on there, and then once we get that done, we'll move on to the real pain in the ass part of this fucking show, which is cutting up the. What are they? Goddamn pearl onions.
I know, like there's another time me and my other Dom cohorts was, I think we were filming, but we were whipping. And it just got intense whipping. And it was like in this...
You're really getting all the nooks crannies.
I like nooks and crannies.
Yeah, like you're really going after that fisting.
Yeah, well, you know what's her name. And man, we were just like intense whipping and like blood specks everywhere. And it gets like, the things that start to get you off is just really just like, and we're like, whoa, this is getting intense. Like, this is just like really, I mean, it was just literally probably one of my more intense like whipping scenes. And we were just like, and at the end, we were just like having to like disinfect this whole place. it was just splatter everywhere.
Did with doing stuff like that, like who was it? Like everyone's taking a turn getting whipped, or is it just one person?
No, it was just one person.
Okay.
It was just one person to get to that level. But and then, gosh, what other things have I done?
Because you got to also remember when it comes to doing stuff like that.
I've done things like nailing, you know, ball skins to the board.
No, that's normal.
Yeah, that's normal. Gosh, there's just so much stuff.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of like just the weird, you know, funny kind of shit that's just like.
Would you like to hear something I could explain to you might help out?
Yeah.
You know Marika Hase?
No.
Japanese girl, Spiegler. Anyway, she's a very, very lovely person. But in the show, she was right here, and she had someone over there. Did you dump her?
Or she dumped you?
No, this was during the cooking show. And she said, my buddy who was here, he's like, hey, tell him about the weird stuff you put in your ass. I was like, I don't know. And she's like,
I go, I don't know.
Yeah, and then she's like, oh, I put an eel in my ass. I'm like,
ooh.
Yeah, that's what I fucking. I was like,
I hate to say it, I would want to be the one that sticks it in.
Oh yeah, but like, and that's cool. Yeah. But like, I'm like,
does it bite you?
I don't know. Apparently, it died there. So it lived and died in the asshole.
Holy shit!
So yeah, that was like when she said that, I was like, so when we're thinking about like stuff, I'm like,
oh my gosh, I would love to have been the person to stick it in. Like that's what I mean. Like
Japanese game shows.
Everything with me, like somebody will say something weird or like funny, and then I'm like, well, that's weird. And then like my wheels start turning. I'm like,
is it weird enough?
Like, will they do it? Can I do it?
Yeah.
How's this gonna happen? You know. So then I get intrigued, and then next thing you know, it's just a whole avalanche downfall of like shit I want to do to people or get into.
Oh, and I'm sure there's plenty of that, especially because you have a like free range. It's like, okay, are you just willing to do it? Really?
Yeah.
Really? You said yes.
We'll do this, right?
Fuck it. All right. He made the mistake, or she made the mistake. So what we're gonna do is let's see how many of these we're gonna use. Let's do these 3, and we're gonna do these.
Do you remember like the first time? I don't know if you were FaceTimed that, but I know at least I heard of you or you heard of me. Do you remember what that was?
No.
I was at an orgy. It was like, and it was actually a planned orgy, which I don't particularly like planned orgies, not because, I mean, everybody has their different, I just like things to unfold organically, which I have a thing for orgies, but I like it to be very primal.
I'd do an orgy with you, that'd be fun.
It can't be planned.
Yeah, sure.
It has to kind of like, I don't know why, but I always fantasize about orgies. It's like, always like,
an organic thing.
Yes, but like when like all of a sudden like people are hanging out, then like intensity builds and builds and builds, and then it's just like one person, another person, another, and it all just.
Oh, just invite me.
Bodies are just
invite
everywhere.
me to any party, and I'll just get naked real fast. That's kind of my motif anyway.
Naked. But so anyhow, your girlfriend at the time was at Riley.
Oh yeah, Riley. I remember that.
And so I don't know if she FaceTimed you there. I don't know if she FaceTimed you there or just showed a picture, but she was texting you from there. And then like, I think she told me about you and then told you about me. And then we met like a little later. Yeah, we met. And I remember that was in the middle of a thing with you. And I was like, oh my God, I really want to fuck you. Yes.
And you were kind
of foot and mouth. And I was like with somebody that was not copacetic at the time.
I didn't know this guy at the time, so, but yeah, no, I was, because I saw you.
I was going through a breakup, huh?
Yeah. But I saw you and I was like, I saw a picture of you that because Riley showed me. I was like, oh my God, I want.
But I think we met at a breakfast or something like that too.
Oh, that's what it was. It was a APAC breakfast.
But that wasn't when I first heard. I heard of you at that orgy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
My girlfriend apparently didn't invite me to the orgy.
Well, it was in Florida.
Oh, that's probably fucking why.
You weren't there, but she was texting you from it. I don't know if she FaceTimed you from it.
She might have.
I don't know, but
yeah, no, that was an interesting chick. That was a very interesting way to start polyamories with her.
Oh, wow.
Who she was already like.
She's like very poly.
She was already 4 people, I think 3 or 4 people deep in a relationship, and then she met me. I was not poly, and I was like.
That's a lot. You navigated that well.
They would say differently.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not poly at all.
Because
like
I'm promiscuous in a lot of ways. I like swinging. I like orgies. I can't like. It's like if you just let me fuck people, I'm not poly. Yeah, it's like I'm too. It's too busy.
It's a lot of work. Just managing myself.
Oh wait, as we're doing this, you want to wash your hands?
Yeah. Hmm? Where am I washing?
Oh, come this way. And then this right here. I should probably. Fuck. Don't worry about this, guys. It's nothing.
Okay, so my whole thing about poly, and I have friends that are poly, and kudos to them for managing all of that.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. I'm not built that way. I just trying to manage myself. See, I told you would start doing this for me.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm doing it just so you can see it. So this is the way I was doing it earlier because it's just a pain in the ass to try to peel them the other way.
Okay.
And just, pop, boom.
Okay.
And I'm probably gonna have to help you because this takes for fucking ever if we don't.
Okay, got it. How many are we doing?
All of them.
Okay, then yeah, you're gonna have to.
Yeah, because this morning took me like 20 minutes just to do this part. But yeah, so Paul.
So yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to manage myself, and then like it's great to have somebody else. But you know what? I also realize I'm kind of like a penguin. Like once I emotionally bond to somebody, like that's it. You know, I just want to have somebody that I can have fun with every once in a while. Like, hey, like we're in, you know, Amsterdam. Let's go to a whorehouse.
Yeah, we're in Quebec. Why not?
Yeah. But they have whorehouse. Oh, they have whorehouses.
I don't know. I just like saying the word Quebec and just thinking about like,
oh, Coco Vin.
Yeah.
So it's, but that, you know.
But yeah, no, and I think that's important.
I just want to have fun every once in a while.
Yeah. You know. One thing I realized is I just want to have someone to enjoy. No! Can you get that, bro? No, fine. Fuck you.
It's 10 seconds.
Yeah, you're not moving fast enough.
It's supposed to be 2 seconds, but I was like, it's 10 seconds rule.
Just someone to grow with and can have fun with and laugh about stuff with each other. You know, it's a nice thing to have. But poly makes that harder because
when you're like in a marriage or in a relationship for a really long time, like, you know, obviously you don't want to spice things up.
Yeah.
You know, in the bedroom, and I think just adding sometimes, you know, a fun dynamic can really, you know, it's just kind of like you guys got in trouble together. You know, it's like you guys went and did something like, you know,
first date stuff.
Yeah, it's like teamwork.
Yeah, dude, and that's
it really is. You go in and you fuck the room. I think I remember one time I was like hanging out with this guy. Like, okay, so like after my like divorce, I had like, well, even prior to my divorce, I had lost my sex drive for like several years, which was amazing because I was doing scenes. And then I saw one of the trailers for a scene and I was like, holy shit, that's good. And I just wanted out of there. Like, I had no drive whatsoever.
I gotta say, it's truly remarkable as a male talent, looking at female talents who just don't want to be there because they don't have the sex drive in sometimes. And
they
like,
pull it out.
They pull it off. It's like...
Well, I think that's the difference between being a performer and not being a performer.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, like... Yeah, anybody can do porn, but are you a performer?
Yeah. Do you like being in front of people?
You know, or even playing up to the camera, like, because that's what it's about.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So anyhow, I lost my drive, and then during like the pandemic, it like came back. Like it was horrendous. I mean, how the way it came back, it was like worse than being a teenager. It was like the floodgates just opened up. And then I was like explaining to this one guy, and you know, like sometimes about like swinging or something like that. And I was like, you know, how you just like go in and you like sport fuck the room. And he was like, no, I do not know. I've not sport fucked the room. I was like, oh.
Well, you know what? For the people out there, would you explain what sport fucking is? Because I'll be honest. I'm pretty sure I understand the term. I've done the term, but I've never had a word for it. So would you explain?
I don't know. It's just like you just go in and you see the people and you're like you, and it's just like you have like this mental like
big game hunting.
Yes, and so like you're a sport fuck in the room. You're just like, I'm gonna fuck that person. I'm gonna fuck that. I'm gonna fuck both of them. And so you go in and you sport, and it's just so much fun.
Yeah, no, that is a lot.
Is this true?
Oh, yeah.
Do you agree with this?
No, I totally agree because that's why.
But it's just different because it's like you're like really working hard at it. So it's like some next days, sometimes you're sore.
Yeah. No, I've definitely had times going.
And I'm not talking about the genitals. Your legs, you know, like fucking quads.
Because I'm going there to fucking destroy. They usually as my that one's Seen better days?
Yes, but I just remember he was like, no. He's like, I have not sport fucked the rooms. I was like, I don't know.
Missing out, bro.
I mean, like, will I do it forever? I don't know. Like, will I do it in my next one? But I just know that I get that energy built up in me, and like that has to go somewhere. So sometimes I need, like, every once in a blue moon, I'm probably gonna need an orgy.
Yeah. Let's get this back real fast. I understand that a lot.
But, you know, not all the time. I could go a few years without it.
Yeah, orgies and swinging, it's like, I love them, but I like them with the right people in the right scenario. And then if you do enough times,
it has to be the, you know, the right group of friends. Because, like, you can look back at the end of the night and be like, oh, my gosh, I'm with my friends, and I love them. They're amazing people, and that was so much fun.
Yeah. And it's just a nice time all around.
Yeah. And you're with caring people. That was, like, I think, like, that's the one thing I struggled with, like, the dating apps. It's like the hookup culture. It kind of sucked because like they weren't doing it right. So I'm like, you're not fucking doing it right.
Not only that, but they're
but
usually
they just like they don't know how to connect. And I just think, does that make sense? You're like shaking your head at me. Like it makes sense. It's like they very few like unless they were kind of like adjacent to the swinger crowd, like you know, like they just don't know how to connect because they're so afraid to be emotionally vulnerable. And you don't have to like be emotionally like, oh my gosh, like say you're in love with a person, or just like it could just be straight sex, but there's still a way to connect to the intimacy of it.
You can still make those little moments.
Yeah, for sure. And some of them just, you know, and that's you know, I think that was it's not coming off for me. Here you go.
So it goes. Just peel that thing up.
I wasn't trying to get rid of the outer layer.
Yeah, but I mean sometimes you got to.
Yeah. But yeah, like a lot of them just really like they were so afraid of the emotional vulnerability. So when I got like, you know, divorced and stuff, I was like, wow, you know, I was like, all these people are gonna be so sexually liberated. Like that's what it was in my mind. Cause like I had done like been married and then I'd done like the swinger thing and then I'm like, I hadn't done like the dating apps weren't like, you know, I never did those. And that was like, you know, eye-opening to navigate.
It's a weird thing to do.
Yeah, I'm not really on them, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, I was on them for a little bit when I was celibate because I just thought it was fun to fuck with people.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Now I'm like, I would be on it celibate because I am like a huge like tease and denial. Like I love to get people all worked up and like walk by. Like I love that. I love the mind fuckery of it. So
definitely gets me worked
up. Huh? What did you say? But yeah, they're just like
You want to cut these into quarters?
Sure. But the dating apps are exhausting. The conversations are exhausting. And I have no patience for that.
Yeah, it is. Oh no, we're throw all this in here.
Oh,
the onions. Okay. This is for the mushrooms.
Yeah.
No. Oh, speaking of that, on the same note as, because I need to come back to fisting when I'm more ready. Being
back to fisting when you're more ready?
Yes, go back to fisting. Being someone who's been in like a sexual lifestyle for a while, right? You've been able to try many things, do many things, have a lot of different sexual experiences. Now going out,
I feel like I should wave to myself.
Hi.
Hi.
But you go out and then you get to experience normal people or normies, and you get to see how they have sex. How is that? Because
some of them are really fucking good. I'm like, what porn are you watching? I'm like, wow, this is way better than I expected. So then it became like this huge like turn on for me, being like, what do you do for a living? You file paper? Like, tell me more. Like,
same
you know, because some of them were so good. Quarters?
Yeah.
Some of them were so good. And I was just like, oh.
And that's...
have you found that?
No.
Really?
No. A lot of girls end up being intimidated because...
I get guys that are, like, intimidated.
Yeah, so I get a lot...
like, if very few can, like, hang with me.
Yeah, that ends up being a huge issue where... let's actually move you a little bit farther this way because...
Am I blocking your camera?
Oh, no, I just want to make sure that you're in the shot.
Oh.
I don't give a fuck about me. They don't care. Dude, they've heard me say the same stupid shit over and over for 77 episodes.
Like, it wasn't all the guys. I mean, there was... It wasn't all the guys, but I'm just saying, like, there were a few that was just like, holy shit.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure there's some bad ones, some good ones, but like, what ratio-wise, did you find that you got?
But I also
more?
felt like they were kind of adjacent to swinging or something like that, or they were a big deviant. Because like I would sit there and like sometimes they were like just out to dinner and then they would just be like, "You're really intimidating." I'm like, "I'm just sitting here,
but you
sitting here eating." Like,
but you hold yourself in a certain way.
Like what?
You hold yourself like a dominatrix does.
Just regularly chatting?
Yeah.
But I don't say anything.
Yeah, but okay. The first handful of times I met you, you have this presence where you like the way you hold yourself seems like you're a lot bigger or scarier than you really
taller?
are. Yeah, taller. Like I was just telling him, he was like, "Hey, how tall is she?" I'm like, "I bet she's a little shorter, but because the way she holds herself, it makes you feel like she's taller." You know, which is a weird thing because like
I remember one of my friends, she's like a lawyer, and she was like, "I don't like short people. They're shady." I go, I'm like 5, and she's really? I'm like, it's my sunny disposition.
Yeah. But that's the thing. When you're around something where you are in control and you hold yourself, you're bringing yourself in the room like that, whether you try to or not, that's the way people feel. Like a good example, I remember there's been times where I have other male porn stars come over here. Oop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, look at it, broken in two. Other male porn stars come over here and they'll meet girls that are not porn people, and the girls will be like, I just felt like that guy undressed me with his eyes when he walked in the room.
He did.
And you know what? But the thing is, he may not have.
Those porn guys did do it. I know a lot of them, and they probably did that.
No. But in this scenario, this guy didn't. He just walked in the room. But because the way we hold ourselves and like the automatic thought, because we fuck people all the time, so it's like we have this automatic thought process.
Business too, and I think we talked about it one time. Like I think like it's like I can't date within the adult industry.
Yeah.
I just can't do it. Also, just because at the end of the day, I just want to be done. You know, like work, at the end of the day, work's work, even though a lot of it's really fucking fun, like we get to play for a living. Yeah. But, like, obviously when you're working and you're set and there's cameras and stuff like that, like, what's the one thing that's missing?
Intimacy?
Intimacy. Yeah. And then that's become like my whole thing. I'm just like, I just want intimacy. I just want intimacy.
Dude, it is wacky.
And it's like so hot. Huh?
It's wacky. Like
but then that's what like a lot of the hookup culture is missing. So they're like doing porn, but they lost the intimacy. And like, we do this for a living. I want the intimacy. Yeah.
It is, I want the intimacy.
Do you go through this on your episodes? You guys talk about this?
Depending. Yeah. It just depends on, like, honestly, my show is kind of like, we have a list of things that I can ask you.
A list of subjects?
Really? So I have a list of things I can ask you, but also the nice thing about getting certain people on the show that I already have good verbal communication with, or good rapport, is I don't really need to have, I don't need questions, because one thing goes another. Now, here's the downside. My editor probably hates these ones a little bit more, because where do I cut this? Where do I cut this? Where do I cut this? Because it's good part. But it's because, I bring you on here because it's like, I've always thought you were really interesting. I think it's fascinating, your life.
So you're having me back on here again, and we're going to cook something different?
Probably. I've had more than one person back on, so.
Like, we'll do beef ribs or something?
We could do beef ribs.
Or paella.
Paella, yeah. We could, I want to do more stuff outside.
Let's do the beef ribs.
We could?
Let's do the fucking beef ribs.
Why don't we get through this day before you start asking for next time, bitch, okay?
I want more, damn it. I always
You haven't even had this food. You've never eaten my cooking. Sorry, your cooking. On that same note, let's take this bacon.
Okay. Oh, these are thick. Oh, this is pork belly.
No, this is bacon, just thinly sliced. But let's chop. Actually, probably want to do one at a time, but like thin slices.
Oh, this is okay. I see. The way it was stacked, it looked like.
Yeah. No, I usually would do pork belly, but this one I wanted something that was cured. And so I left it out, so it got a little bit warm.
Yeah, it's a little soft.
But just do your best. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I do find that interesting, the dynamic with meeting people on the outside world and what they're like and how they have sex, and because at least in everything that I've seen, the girls that I usually have fucked in the past, some are a little bit more intimidated. You can tell it, like, especially when they're like having a little bit of trouble, or they think their brain's going all over the place. I found that women actually have to be there mentally to actually enjoy or be relaxed enough.
Yeah, like women have to feel safe, right? Yeah. They have to feel safe and they have to feel comfortable for their bodies to. Yeah. I think that's where we're missing in telling people like how to be together. So like that's why men have to like, take your time. Yeah. Let her
a safe space.
Yeah, exactly. Let her body open up to you, because and it might not have anything to do with you. It just could be, she had a stressful day. She had a stressful week. Her body is like shut up. It's literally like a flower opening up. It sounds so cheesy, but that's what it is. And so like women are emotional based and men are very like, primal, like fix it, hunting, gathering. Yeah. So it's a different language. So, if men want more out of women during sex, you know, you have to create that safe space, that intimacy for her to kind of open up, and then you can probably take her to a really deviant spot. I mean, at least that's what I would do.
Yeah. And, but again, if you were a guy, if you were a guy, you'd be thinking a different way because you have so much testosterone. But you're fucking,
I totally get that too.
Well, let me take this away from you. Yeah, because that's something I've been having to look into a lot more as of lately is the difference between
the two languages.
The two languages, girls, guys, how they deal with certain things.
Yeah.
And it's...
Well, like, women just, like, they just kind of want you to, like, listen to them,
yeah.
right?
Well, hey.
And they're not looking for, like, an actual fix it solution. So the best thing you can do for a woman, just be like, what do you need out of this situation? Do you need to hug you? Do you need me to listen to you? Do you need me to come up with a solution? Mm-hmm. You know, because that's why, you know, a bunch of women will all chat together, they'll gossip or whatever, because they have to vent it out. They have to get it out of their system.
Yeah. Hold on for one brief second.
Holding.
Waiting on sound. Oh, there's a fork.
Waiting on sound.
Oh, motherfucker, where are you? I would absolutely love a better way to organize all this, and
I'm gonna wash my hands while you're doing that.
Yeah, do it up. All right. We need to peel some potatoes. Get all that prep work done. So, stop it, you're celibate.
I'm still a tease.
That's true. So what we're gonna do is...
I still, like, get horny all the fucking time, which sucks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So wait, okay, so first off, let's peel these potatoes.
Huh?
And peel them off, I'm gonna cut them up, we're gonna stick them into this thing, and we're gonna cook them. Okay. And we're gonna make, what is it, chive? Shut up. Chive garlic mashed potatoes. But yeah, why'd you go celibate? If you don't mind telling just me.
It's fine, you know, because like, okay, so like I was obviously working in porn and doing all this stuff, and I had no sex drive, and then pandemic happened, and then my sex drive came back. So like it was so out of balance. Like almost like basically having standing orgasms, like just
fucking awesome.
You would think it was not.
Okay.
It was like nothing could satisfy it, you know?
Gotcha.
So it took a while for me to kind of get in balance out of that, and then I was like, you know, I think, and so I feel balanced in that regard, like it's all back to normal. But I was like, you know, I think I just need to clear my system and do an overall reset, and then go back to it. I think one of the girls on Twitter is like, so what's your time limit? Do you have a plan? Like, how are you going to celebrate you hitting your celibacy? And so I think she wants to like plan something or plan a like celebration.
I'm in.
Like once I'm like, here I'm in.
Gangbang. Oh man, that's going to be a sore day afterwards. Fuck.
Yeah. Do you take your what do you call it? Your pre-workout?
Oh yeah. Oh, girl, you think it's going to be one of those days? Not today. We got pre-workout. We're going for a while. We're going to get a workout in.
So, yeah, so that's the reason. I was just like, okay, I'm going to do this for a bit, and I swear to God, that's when everybody comes around.
Of course.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, everyone's like,
like, what is going on here? A couple of them don't know, but they're in foreign countries. So I'm like, okay, like I might be back over in your country, but I'm thinking I might not be celibate by then.
Well, that's gonna be a bummer.
What'd you say?
That'll be a bummer. Yeah, because I never thought about doing that.
To clear, yeah.
But
it also it allows you to control like your energy better, right? Because like when it's all out of whack, it controls like it and how you set your goals and how you manage your life, you know?
Yeah, because there's definitely times where it's like, at least like...
I mean, because like, let's just be honest too. Like even as much as, you know, we have fun working, you know, in the porn industry too, like sometimes you need breaks from that.
Yeah,
and you have to be like, everybody just thinks it's like, no, it takes a toll on your body.
Yeah.
And mentally and just like, you know, and spiritually and, you know, like the energy of it. So you have to like, I think reset or be cognizant. And that's why, to me, I never did it full force. I did, you know, the sessions and a lot of the fetish work, and then just did some of it here and there, and I felt like that was a good balance.
Yeah, I wish.
For me.
I wish that was more of an option for male.
It's hard for guys. Like guys, you're just all in. You guys have it tough. I will say.
Yeah, no one else will. So, but I do think that is a huge issue with like need to take time off. As a guy, you don't really get that option.
No, because you have to stay relevant.
Yeah.
But you know, it's so yeah, I just was like, you know what? I've gotten to this point in my life where like, even with porn, I always had certain boundaries. I'm like, I don't care if you don't hire me. I'm not going to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And I just found like that was just good for my mental health, you know? You know, because I also am the firm believer I have to keep some things for my private life.
Yeah.
And if you just do everything for that, then you leave nothing for yourself.
Yeah.
And I like sex too much to, it's like, I don't know, it's just kind of like one of the languages I speak when I speak to somebody.
Yeah. No, I've had many conversations with you that all turned mostly sexual. Now, now whether that's, I don't know. Now whether that's because of me or you, I don't know. But I do find that we end up getting on sex, more of a sexual nature, if you will.
If you will.
Oh, fuck. This is just a sketchy way to do this. Come on, motherfucker. Yay! So has it been pretty good for you getting back into porn after quarantine, or was that like a little bit of a hard transition?
No, I was one of the first ones jumping in. I was like, I didn't have, I wasn't like bent out of shape. I just was like, yeah, it's time. I think it's like we shot a scene together.
Yeah,
it was, but you were POV'd. Remember, it was like POV from you.
Was it that one?
It was from me to X.
I know. Was it that one first, or was it our wrestling one?
The wrestling, I think, was before it, wasn't it?
I think it was after. I don't fucking know. It's so hard to tell.
Oh, yeah, maybe it was the wrestling one.
Yeah, because I think that was right when it.
That was funny.
Right when the world opened back up.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah,
Because you thought I was mad at you.
What did I?
Well, yeah, because of when you said, and I was like with, you know.
Yeah.
With so-and-so with Baltimore. And you said, oh, I really want to fuck you. Like,
yeah,
I was in a public setting and I couldn't say anything, and I was just like, And so, like, I just kind of ignored you because it was a really intense situation. Between me and my ex. And so I just, like, walked away. And then you were like, oh, I thought you were, because like when we were on Ariel's set, you were like, oh, I thought you were mad at me. I was like,
oh, yeah.
No. I was like,
yeah, because I thought that for a while because I didn't know how to get a hold of you. So
yeah, and then so obviously he ran one in the wrestling. I think you put me how many arm bars, and I was like refused to tap out. And Ariel's like, you got to let go, and I was like, no.
No, I just stopped doing arm bars on that one just because I'm just too afraid that someone's gonna do that. Because it's like if I put you in an arm bar, it's like I got you in there. It's like all you need to do is
I just sat there. I would just sit there, and I was like, I'm still not giving up.
Yeah.
But you did that. But so like usually at the end of her sets, it's kind of like the winner like fucks the loser, and it's kind of humiliation thing. But we just went at it. Like I don't think it was a true like winner takes control kind of does it. We just had sex.
Dude, I don't like. I love how that's supposed to be like this whole domination thing. I was like, I haven't worked with a girl yet on that who isn't just like, yeah, I'm gonna lose, and we're just gonna have fun afterwards.
Yeah.
You know. But maybe one of these days it'll be more like that. But also by that point, I'm fucking tired, dude. I've just sat there and just, rolled with you for so long.
Yeah, for sure.
I would like to, but that's fun shoots to do.
It is. It can be, it can be exhausting shoots.
Yeah. Now in,
do you want to look at your list of questions?
No, I was gonna come up. God damn it!
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Dommy bitch, fuck. No, I was gonna say when it comes to like dominating people or actually having your own like sessions with them, right? What is some of your favorite things?
Mess, dude.
Yeah, worse. What's some of your favorite things to do or explore? Because let's start with a different one. Explain to them what goes on. Like when a person shows up, what they're like. I know everything has a different way of going, but like, what would be like an average day? Because I mean, people don't even know a lot about porn, let alone what happens at a
session.
Yeah.
So. Obviously my favorite type of sessions are the ones that are very like, you know, they're a willing participant, they're eager, they're willing to engage with you. Some of them are just so like quiet and reserved, so it's just kind of like pulling teeth to kind of get that flow of energy going.
Yeah.
But you know, BDSM has such a broad range. It can just be from like corporal punishment, you know, intense medical play, you know, where you're doing needles, things of that sort, to something so simple as like somebody worshiping your heels, your feet, you know. And so, you know, you have strap on and, you know, bondage and, you know, sensory play and, you know, breath play and just, you know, stuff with latex and stuff with leather and, you know, some are just, you know, verbal humiliation, or sometimes they just want to come in and just, you know, they want to do strict high protocol where they're in different slave positions and they have to serve you and then they have to be at your whim of whatever you want them to do, because obviously they're looking to shut off that
control.
The control, they want to let that go, right? And it's also the decision fatigue, you know, that people get.
What do you mean by that?
So like when you're like constantly having to make decisions in life, or you're constantly having to lead, it gets exhausting.
Yes.
Like sometimes you just want to come home and somebody goes, hey, I've made reservations for this. We're going to go do this here. I've called our friends, blah, blah, blah. They handled the whole situation. You're just like, oh.
Awesome.
That's fucking great. So they're looking for somebody to do that, you know?
Gotcha.
To basically, they don't get to think. They don't get to make the decision. They just have to follow.
Okay.
And it allows for that release of that mental buildup within them that can be exhausting to their system. So everything has a physiological display within the body. So anyhow, people come in. I always I like to learn a lot about the spiritual and the energy work behind it. And so I kind of start everybody off with depending on the person, but majority of people, I start them off with a little bit of breath work. So we do some deep breathing, and I'll come like behind them, and I'll just kind of like stand like this, or I'll be like on my knees, and then
watch out for the mic.
Huh?
Watch out for the mic.
Oh, am I blocking the mic?
No, you smacked it though.
I did smack it.
Not me, it's the sound guy. But go ahead, keep touching.
We'll do deep breathing, but like just that connected touch right there, it sets people into a state, and you're doing some deep breaths, helps them to get into the theta state, which is a very suggestible state. It's like the state of meditation, right? Okay. And that's what subspace kind of comes into, and that high, but they're just learning how to release, and it allows them to kind of just settle in. So I always start with that, kind of bring them back to their body, because we kind of
there's water in here. Sorry.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is getting intense. That was the whole show.
Welcome to Cooking with Nathan.
Are you sure it's not hanging with Nathan?
No. There's a sign there, so I remember.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Here, one second.
Oh, that's better.
Little fucker's still getting through. Either way. Sorry, go on.
But we live in this world of instant gratification, right?
Yeah.
Everything's so instant, and
put some chicken in there?
Yeah, I'll put some chicken in there.
Let's do skin side down.
Okay. So their body becomes very disassociated, right? Their dopamine levels, keep getting lower and lower, So basically you're getting them, when they're breathing, you're getting them to come and set into their body a little bit more.
Okay.
So they're doing an active response system. So you're basically bringing them back to themselves.
Interesting. That's kind of like a nice.
To me, like what domination is like. I'm bringing you back to yourself. I'm releasing this buildup of energy. You know, so you can go back out and tackle that world again.
Gotcha. That's
through your kink, through your fetish, through how you sexually identify, because our sexual energy is our main proponent in life, and that's what carry us through. So how we identify that and how we learn to become our own authentic selves helps to kind of push us forward in life.
Yeah, but it's a completely interesting way of looking at it, because I think most people would never come at domination or being dominated like that. You know, it's like this is going to help center you. It's not I'm in it for pain, and that's what I think most of the world thinks of it.
Yeah, I mean, I like pain.
No.
I sexualize pain.
I like pain too. I'm just saying most of the world wouldn't even think about going at this like that.
Well, I think that's like, I've been studying a lot of the, you know, I got trained in energy work. I've done all the levels of Reiki. Been like studying like the whole energy and the energy mechanism since like, I don't know, 2017, 2018. I got certified as a sexuality coach. Certified as a holistic health coach.
Okay.
I've done training in shadow work, and then right now I'm also
shadow work.
Yeah, shadow work. So I'll drop into that a little bit more, and then also.
You want to see if they're brown on one side? We're looking for gold.
Like Alaska.
Yeah, like that.
Oh, that's good enough. So, and then I'm training to be a trauma-informed facilitator, and that deals a lot with breath work and stuff like that. So, shadow work. So basically, we have these patterns and these things that happen to us in the lifetime, right? So our shadows can work for us or through us. Like, let's just say, try to use an example. That's something. So let's just say you're cooking and something splatters you. And so you built a pattern in your head, and so maybe you're fearful of cooking a certain way, which could be detriment to what you're doing in your show, right? So that's working against you. But maybe you're in a situation, somebody else, and you see where that could be harmful the way somebody's doing it. That would be how the shadow would help you out. You're like, you could guide them out. So our shadows, it's an ongoing program of something that's happened to us, and either works for us, or against us. And so what you do is you go in, you drop in, you kind of create a play. It's based on Carl Jung's work and the archetypes. And so you kind of set up a play, and you're asking like these high mileage questions, and you're pulling out information to understand, where did this pattern first occur? Where did you first see this in your life?
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, and then you create a work pattern around it. Like, do you want to come at it in a loving way, in a supporting way, like, an inner child work? Do you want to come at it as a warrior way?
So that might be already done.
Yeah, it looks like it, huh?
I'll get the tongs, and we're going to put them on the board. Go check the bottom real fast.
Huh?
Check the bottom.
Oh.
Yeah, those are good. You happy? I'm happy.
I'm happy. I like to eat, so.
You're gonna fucking eat today.
Oh,
I'm gonna dump some of this oil out.
I'm planning to.
Dump some of this oil out, and there we go. Oh, continue.
So you're trying to find the format, whether you want to do inner child work, a supportive parent work, a warrior work, or a predator work, which just means you kind of go in and you attack the situation.
Ooh.
I've done predator work. And stuff like that. And then it's funny because once that pattern's opened up, now how you can kind of see, like, holy shit, that pattern's been reenacting in my life in so many different situations. So that's what it is. We just have these patterns, and that's the same as with trauma. Trauma just keeps reenacting in certain ways in our life. And it could be anywhere from micro traumas to a big trauma. So that's why it's really important, and so I've started maybe a year and a half ago doing coaching. And I'll do online coaching with people, and it deals with a lot of self-concept, their inner self-being, what are their behavioral patterns or limiting self-beliefs, and then creating a language that their body can because we're not familiar with ourselves, we become disassociated. So we don't have this, it's so important to know what's the language of your body. How do you speak to your body? How does your body speak to you?
Yeah.
And you're getting familiar with yourself, and that builds on your self-concept, and and so we all need coaches, we all need therapists or things of that sort. Everybody should have a sounding board.
Sounding board.
So sounding board, let's just say we were on a Zoom call, and I'm like, okay, well, what's going on with you?
Yeah.
And then I'm like listening to what you're saying, or what you're telling me, like what's happening. And you know, I'm going in and I'm asking the right high mileage questions to get you to think about it a certain way, and seeing which ways that we need to like attack different aspects of your life to kind of get you to come back to yourself more.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I wasn't sure what a sounding board. I was like, wait, is that something completely different than I'm thinking?
Yeah.
But that makes a little more sense.
Yeah. So, and, you know, and a lot of times, you know, we all know, you know, our body knows what it needs, you know, and we all kind of know what it needs. But when you're sitting, you know, instead of it letting it run in through your head, you're talking that out with somebody. And sometimes you have the answers as soon as you say it.
Yes.
You know,
but
but also the person asking you the right questions and knowing when to be silent.
Yeah, I've realized that it's like there's a lot of times where it's like I've always had the right answers, and then I'll go to my therapist and I'll say it out loud to the person. Maybe it's just the fact that I'm saying it out loud, or maybe she asked the right thing. But then I'm just like this. I'm a fucking idiot. God damn, that took way too long to get to. Son of a bitch. You know.
Yeah. But you're getting to it, and then the thing is, like you know, just a lot of times, like our body already knows. Like it was interesting, like, you know, now I'm starting to go like, you know, nomadic. You know, like. It was weird, like a few weeks before that, before I came up with that decision was really spontaneous. I just kept giving stuff away. I'm like, you know, I was training somebody to kind of start working, you know, hopefully start editing some of my content. And I'd be like, do you want this? Do you want this? I don't know. I was like, I just didn't want stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just weird.
Shit.
Like, you listen to your body. Like when your body, you know, decides that it doesn't want something, you know, like it's trying to tell you something. And we just forget that our bodies talk. So, you know, talk to us too.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Because, you know, our minds can run away. They can go wild.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of people don't know how to control their mind, too.
What would
Monkey mind.
So if you're giving someone, like the first thing you want them to do, if they come to you and it's like... And
for what?
Huh?
For what? Come to me for what?
For, like, let's say for...
Bacon.
Like, what are, like, what's the, like, ratio-wise, like, what is... Oh, wait, no. Use the spatula. Metal on nonstick pan causes cancer.
Good to know. Because you don't have those. You know, there's those like holistic pans, right?
Holistic pans?
Yeah, there's a pan that doesn't have any of that toxic metal.
Yeah, I don't. This is. We haven't gotten far enough into the show to be able to get people to pay for like us to buy the nicer pans.
Those pans, people. It's really important.
Yeah,
There's green pan. There's like these hexagon pans.
Oh, those ones with the little hexagons on it?
Yeah, I seen them at Costco, and I'm like, oh, I wanted to get them, but good thing because I didn't get them right yet because, you know, moving.
Oh, but anyway, so if someone's coming to you, I'm guessing ratio-wise, you maybe have a little bit more of this than other people. Like, but like, what's something that you get asked a lot, and it's like when it comes to like domination work, and you're actually dealing with a different.
What are like the highest requests?
Yeah.
Foot stuff.
Like for them to suck on your feet, or for you to do some of their feet?
No, I'm not doing their feet. Come on now. Foot stuff.
I just wanted to ask.
Face sitting, because I'm kind of known for face sitting, but I'm very like sadistic with it.
With face sitting,
because it's a form of breath play, and okay. So you want to know? This is a great format of shadow work. So my brother sent me this picture, and like of our childhood, and I think we were like living in Okinawa at the time. And then...
Already a cool life.
I'm looking at it and I go, why do you have rope around me? And so that was the first time I was literally put in bondage. And I was like, and I'm like maybe 2.5. And like he's, you know, sort of 6 years between us, he's probably like 8, you know, 8, almost 9. And there was like all these like branches, like palm leaves, right? It was a big like stack of palm leaves, and I guess he was having me like drag them. And I go, why do you have me punch? He goes, well, I thought you should do the work. I go, smart move. But so think about it. Now how does that play out in my life? I've done some shoots with like JP, but I also put people in bondage. So form of a shadow pattern that plays out. Another thing, which is, and I had to think about it more. It's so funny. I tease him. I go, "You're the reason why I'm like this. It's because of you.
You made me like this.
You made me like this." And so another thing he used to do when we were little, because like my brother just tormented me.
As every good brother should.
Torment the heck out of me. So he used to stick pillows over top of my face and like smother me, and I would like scream and panic. Now it's like my favorite thing to do to people is like a form of breath work. Except I do it with my ass, you know, or sometimes I do hand over mouth. But he never did hand over; he just did a pillow. And I mean, I would scream, I would panic, all these things, and now I just love watching people panic. So that's a great form of understanding shadow work and patterns. See, it plays out in life, like your patterns. But I didn't realize that until like I sat back and I was like thinking, holy shit. You know, here are some of the things like, you know, now like, you know, I work in domination and, you know, I do these things to people that things have been done to me. You know?
Yeah. Now, when it comes to face it, because that is also a huge thing. I think that everyone should look at. It's like, oh, I did this and now I do this. I used to throw myself off really tall things to see how far I could take my body, mostly because I wanted attention, but secondly because I wanted to see how much pain I could take.
What you can manage.
Yeah, what I can manage. And that's kind of translated over into doing stunts and this and that and, you know, whatever. But in general, when it comes to face sitting, because this is an interesting part. Are you doing just covering the whole face?
Yeah.
Are we trying not to break their nose?
Well, no, we don't want to break their nose.
Oh, fucking
sometimes
just shove the nose in the butthole.
Sometimes I'll face forward, and then like so I'll be looking down on them, and I'll face forward, but it's I can see their eyes, and I make them look up at me.
Gotcha.
And then sometimes I want to close their eyes. I'm like, no, look at me. But you know, a lot of times like guys will come and they're like, I want face sitting. I'm like, okay, all right. I'm like, have you done that before? They're like, no. I'm like, okay, like it's not pussy eating. Like it's literally all of my weight on your face. So if you're like claustrophobic or something like that, that's gonna be like, and I can obviously I'll go at it gentle when they first come and you know, kind of like a tease, you know, going into it, but still like, it's pitch dark. Yeah. And it's my weight.
It's a lot
on your face. And so if that's something, you know, and some people, they love that. It feels very comforting to them, right? Obviously,
it's like a weighted blanket.
Yeah, obviously until they don't have enough air, in them, which then that becomes exciting for me. So, but yeah, so it's like if you're not comfortable with that weight being on top of you, you know, that pressure, you know, then it's gonna feel like, you know, it might make you panic, but also too, maybe that's something you have to face. Yeah, maybe that's something that needs to be happening. Yeah, maybe so. It's. What are we putting in? All that. All the mush. If you mind stirring that around. I don't mind stirring that around. Duck, bacon, and beef fat. Ooh, what are you gonna do with that? Oh, I have fans that send me all this duck fat, and I use it all the time just for everything. Yeah, I love duck. Oh, maybe next time we'll have to do some duck. What do we do with the beef Mike? Ribs? What do we do with Mike? Duck something, doesn't matter. Anyway, but yeah, try to get all the fats all over it. Yeah. One of the things I've been thinking about doing a completely separate note of this. Sitting? No, yeah, obviously I'm hiring you for that. No, but it was like bringing people like in from the same industry, so like all male talent or all female talent or dominatrixes and whatnot. And have you seen that show where they have like actors on a table? It's like they call it round table or something like that. Oh, but have us in a circle. The problem is, if depending on how many people we have, I need cameras for each person. Yeah. And that's just like, that would be fun. But like having somebody bring their cameras. We could, like, but the problem is editing-wise, it'd be better if we had all Lumexes or all one thing. It just like editing-wise. Yeah. But it'd be really cool to have like all Lumexes. You do have. Well, I got 3 of these. I got a Sony A7. I got a bunch of crap, but I don't have like depending if we wanted like 6, 7 people. I'd say 6 is a pretty good number. Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah. That would be fun. But that would be cool to have a bunch of dominatrixes at a table together just talking shop, because a lot of stuff comes out in those moments where it's like, what? Because it's so normal to you guys. It'd be like having a bunch of male talents on the table and just be like, oh my God, don't we hate this? You know what I've had with like male talent that you find out like I'm a dom or they've dommed too. You know, but they're not doms, they just, you know, porn doms. Yeah, you know? Which is completely different. They're always like, they're always kind of like, it's like a chest puff up with me, you know, in the beginning. And I'm just quiet. I don't really say anything. But I've noticed that a few times, like they're kind of sizing me up because I don't know, like they want to prove that they're dominant. I just don't care. Like I'll dom in my PJs. I don't really care. But to me, it's a very personal thing because I feel like I'm taking somebody on a journey. So I'm not doming them in the way that people think that they're doming them, you know? And so, and then it takes them a while to like, that's going to be peppery. No, well, fuck it. It'll be good. I usually open up the other side and that's irritating. It'll be good. You didn't do too much. Yeah, it'll be fine. It would be fine. Especially with the wine and what was it? Yeah, I like it spicy. I like it spicy. So yeah, so they're always sizing me up in the beginning, you know, because they feel like they have to like, I don't know, it attacks their masculinity of the dom. I was like, dude, I don't care. Like me doming somebody is probably not what you think. Yeah. Which you've seen. You've seen. Yeah, I've seen it.
Because it's like when I gotta work.
You're in charge of that person. Like you have to take care of them, and you have to take them on a journey. And it's not, you know, I think people get these like connotations of what it is, and to me, it's like that's to me not, you know, not what it is. But anyhow, so it takes them a while to kind of like warm up to me and stuff like that, or you know, I'll get these undertone remarks, you know, where they're kind of trying to take a dig at me. I can tell. Yeah. And then I just kind of like, whatever. Like I just don't care. I like literally don't care. Yeah. Like I'm comfortable enough in the way I dom. Comfortable. It's like it's not an ego thing for me. Like I just don't like. I don't have anything to prove to anybody. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. But and then until they realize that, they don't, you know, it takes them a while to break down. But I've noticed that a few times. Yeah, I can see a lot of guys coming at this from like the porn dom guys. Yeah, like not even porn dom guys. I'm gonna say guys who just been told by their girls they're doms and they're in porn, or they've and by what we mean by dominant in this, it's just you're being a little more dominant with the female, and she wants you to choke her, throw around, spank her, that stuff. But when you're around a person who does this for a living, it's like it's one of those intimidating things. Even for like me, where I'm like I don't care what you do, but because I've had bad experience and good experience, you're always kind of like, it's another thing I have to worry about. Yeah. And when but it's like if you're with the right person, it's just like the same as like, you know, with guys in porn. It should just be like, hey, this is just a pure part of who I am. Yeah. Like, you know, like, and I don't mind showing people like how to do stuff or how to open their minds to something. So like I just don't, but I've dealt with that a few times. You know, I think this is the person is like same kind of energy. Same thought process when it comes to doming is JP that I do, and that's why he's like one of the people, like he's been one of the few people I've let touch me, because it's the same thing. He's like taking somebody on journey. He's like holding space for them to work out all their shit on, and that's why I've done scenes with him, because like I just trust him to take me to where I need to go. Yeah, he seems like an awesome guy. And like he's somebody I wish I could hire him privately, like just because. And you know, and that's the reason why I wanted to experience that, and I just saw the way he did stuff, and so all of my like first time stuff was with him on film. Okay. Like I never did it behind closed doors. It was just like, okay, let's see how this goes. Yeah. But that smells really good. It does smell good. How's it smell over there? Can you smell it in the camera? You sure can. Yeah, well, that was one of those jobs I've always wanted to work on more. Was actually doing like maybe You'd be good at that. It'd be fun, man. You're caring. You're a caring person. But the problem is like I don't have enough. Tommy's good at that. Tommy Pistol. Yeah. Yeah, Tommy's good. He's a very caring soul. But it's like it becomes one of those things. It's like I don't like. Can I do dominant things? Yes. Can I be your? I don't know, because I've never really got to put myself in a scenario enough times in a professional setting where I feel comfortable. I mean, you're also working a lot just in other ways. Yeah. So it's like you're evolving back and forth, you know. So you don't really know, like, do I really gravitate to this or not? Yeah, and that's just, I've also the only times I've gotten to experience that in a shoot wise is like kink gangbangs. And they do not, like, they just go, hey, get over here. Yeah, it's the same, yeah. It just becomes this giant, it does. Fucking lame. They're tough, though. Yeah, gangbangs are not. I wish they were. It's a lot of guys. I don't mind doing it in real life. But yeah, it's a lot of guys managing their hard on for a camera. Yeah. It's different when it's real life. Because then real life, you can go like, okay, I'm going to fuck this person for a little while. Then I'm going to go walk in the kitchen, have some Gatorade, stretch my quads, and then I'll walk back. Oh, is it? And then I'll walk back and join in on the gangbang. It's not like you don't get to do that on set. D. Williams said it best. A gangbang is one hard cock while the other ones are getting hard. It is. Yeah. It is. It's a rotating ship. It's a rotating cocks just flying around doing their best. There we go. So you're gonna take this hiatus. You're gonna be traveling the world doing stuff. When you are done doing that, what are you thinking about? Like, are you not even thinking that far? Yeah, I'm not really thinking that far, because who knows? Maybe I'll be over it in 3 months traveling. I don't know. I was like, I can do this right now, so let's go do it. You know, I know I'm going to start like my YouTube channel, dealing with a lot of the coaching and stuff like that, and then just going on the adventures, because like I scuba dive, I snowboard. I've done a little bit of free diving, so I want to get into free diving more. Nice. There's like these huge canyon swings that I want to go do, and I know one of them is in Brazil. I want to go to Finland and snowboard. I'd love to go to some of these, exotic places and go, like I scuba dived in Thailand and Hawaii, and Greece, and I would like to, I think, like maybe even scuba dive in like Okinawa since I lived there.
Yeah.
I've never done that, or even like, go skiing in Japan because I've never done that, and I want to spend some time in Jackson Hole.
Okay.
So I'll still be kind of like, coming in, I'll be in California like every 6 weeks. I gotta get my, every time I gotta get my hair done. So I'll still be like filming content, coming in, filming content, doing sessions, maybe even sessions when I travel. And then like, if people want to come and do some adventures with me, that would be really fucking cool.
Well, I got some time.
Yeah, you should come.
I would love to, because I might be going...
Because, like, you're adventurous.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the canyon swing you'd probably be, like, so stoked on doing.
Yeah. That sounds like... The ones where they just, like, up in big canyons, they jump. Woo!
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
And, like, I know, like, and so, like, I think, like, in Brazil, like, they'll do it in the early morning, and so there's this fog, so you're literally going and doing it. So, can you imagine the sensory shit on that? It's like you're doing it, you're jumping into the clouds, like, in the fog going down. I was like, oh, like, that's a, like...
Yeah, and, like, fall into the crowd.
That's adrenaline shit, you know? Awesome. So I want to do stuff like that, I eventually,
Like that whole tomato paste stuff.
Yeah. I want to try skydiving. There's just so many things I want to do. So I just want to like really, this is something I've always wanted to do. So I'd love to take, like have some performers come out and visit, and then like, almost do this, but do, for adventures, and talk about like, to me, like health and sexuality and patterns and stuff like that. And there's just all these cool like adventure things all over the world, and get them to step out of their comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it'd be kind of cool.
Which I would love to do that with people, because my threshold for things that I will do is, there ain't much I wouldn't try. And so it's like going with people who are scared, and that's even better for me, because I'm just like, oh, I'll go do it first if it makes you feel better.
Yeah. Well, it was so funny because one of my dom friends, she was like, I think your dopamine's broken. And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, what would you do if you couldn't like jump off something or go do something crazy, or and I was like, I don't know. I was like, I have to do something. She's like, yeah, exactly. She's like, I think your dopamine's broken. I was like, I don't know. So like my doctor, like she wanted to do some hormone tests.
I would love to find out where my dopamine's at.
And then she comes back and she's like, yeah, so your dopamine and cortisol is like really low. Like typically these levels we see people on antidepressants. And I was like, what? And she goes, yeah, it's kind of like you have the level of a trauma victim. I was like, fuck. And so like I had to like take these natural supplements. Like for dopamine, I had to take L-tyrosine.
Tell them, but also afterwards I need you to tell me, because I'm pretty. My shit's shot.
Tell them. What do you want me to tell them?
Oh, like what you take for like helping out your dopamine.
So I take L-tyrosine, which is a natural supplement. You can get it like at a health food store. You can order it online. Mm-hmm. A lot of times that stuff's like found in like turkey and stuff like that. So, I read on these forums, and it comes in 500 milligrams. And everybody's like, I take 1,000. Is that really too high? And like, they're putting that. So my doctor wanted me to take 3 grams. I was like, shit, 3 grams? And so then I was like, okay, and then she was like, your cortisol is really low. I think that might be a shot. I go, no, fuck that. I'm going to get that back.
No.
So I had to really work on, I couldn't do CrossFit. I had to pour this in.
Yeah, go ahead.
I couldn't do CrossFit. I was like, she's like, you have to work out later in the day. I was like, she wanted me to cut out, like, cut back a lot of my workouts. So I had to do that for a while.
That's good.
And then just, she's like, sleep in. It's like, your cortisol is really high at night. It should be highest in the morning. And then it tapers down. She goes, yours is really high at night, and it's pretty much gone in the morning. So that's what she was saying. Your dopamine or your cortisol could be shot. So I had to kind of take, things I had to kind of just change my habits.
Gotcha.
For that. And I do just strength training now, but I don't do CrossFit anymore. Mm-hmm. So, anywho, I got it retested. The dopamine was even lower. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like eating really clean. I was doing all these things. And it was really kind of frustrating and stressing. So we kept like looking at my reports and kind of searching around. And I make her send me all the stuff because I'll do research. And then She goes, I think I figured it out. She goes, it's like all the packages are at Amazon, but nobody's picking them up and taking them anywhere. She goes, so I don't think she goes, you're either not producing any B6 or not enough B6. So she gave me a derivative of B6, which is P5P. And man, my energy levels changed. I took that right before like ABNs, like a week or so before ABNs. My energy changed. I'm like, and I was nonstop at ABNs.
Yeah.
I worked the whole time, just went crazy. And it's just, my like brain could work, like, because before I was having issues, because she was, you know, those levels deal with your motivation and, you know, not being able to like complete stuff. And I was like, wow, it makes so much sense, because I felt like I was hitting an invisible wall. And I was constantly just fatigued and exhausted. Even though I was still getting up at 5 or 6 in the morning and I was doing all this stuff, when I'd go to sit down to like mentally work, and you know, you're doing like editing and stuff like that, or just trying to talk to people, I had a couple hour window. Like I could only do so much, and then I would just be shot, and it wasn't enough to get it done. So it was really stressful, because I was like, I can't function like this. I can't live like this. It's like, you know, it's just, I won't be able to live my life. So it's shifted everything around, and now I feel fine, like working all day, like, and I like to work, but I had trauma, you know. I had, and there's like different types of trauma, and it was from, you know, past relationships and stuff like that. And you know, you can have flight trauma, which causes people to be perfectionists. You know, you can you don't have to be perfectionist to have flight trauma, but I'm just saying, like, that's one of the associates. And then, so flight, well, they'll work like a workaholic, and they'll work themselves into a hole, and then their body will be shot. I had freeze trauma, which is disassociation. So my whole nervous system was shot and exhausted, you know, like adrenal fatigue, things of that sort, to where I was like, barely all I could do was sleep. So even though I could make it to set and do work on set, and it looks great, the next few days after it, I'd just be like on the couch knocked out.
Gotcha.
So it just became a really hard life to sustain, because sex work's all over the place. It's not a typical 9 to 5.
No.
So it's not something you manage to do. Like, you're always doing things at really odd hours, or non-stop, or it's all tiny little pieces here and there.
Or you get a bunch of work and you can't do the rest of your shit in your life.
Yeah. So it's you know, it can be a 24-hour thing. So I was just like, I can't, you know, function like this. So it took a long time to get my health out, and now it just keeps getting better and better and better.
Good.
Yeah. So it's just like it's work to take care of yourself.
Because that was something I started doing in July. I started taking testosterone replacement therapy to help with the job. You know. Yeah. Apparently, my testosterone got lower.
Well, do you want to know why?
Why?
Technically, men are only supposed to release like once a week.
Yeah, I'm releasing
it lowers your testosterone. It takes 7 days for. Now you can have sex. You just can't release. You can have as much sex as you want, but when a man releases, his testosterone lowers. And think about like all the men doing, like watch them now, you know? So it's like you need like a week to build that back up. And that's one thing that they don't tell guys. It's not that you can't have sex. Not you can't like have as much sex as you want or do anything. You want to like, you don't want to release that much. And also like there's like guys kind of go through a little bit like they almost like I wouldn't say like a depression, but like it is like a little bit after you come, like everything, all your levels drop, so you can kind of go into a little bit of a bummed out state or something like that. Yeah, after you come,
especially if it's been if it was a shit scene, a shit thing. It was like
but just it's sex in general. So you kind of go through, you know, men go through that bummed out state, so that's why they need to build that back up. So technically, men are only supposed to. So that makes sense that you would have to do that. Yeah. Because sometimes you were doing a couple pops in a day.
I like you say sometimes. Oh. What do you think I'm doing today?
I don't know. But I mean, I'm not popping right now. But I'm just saying, like, during, like, some guys are only doing one, you know, pop scene. Yeah. You were doing... I
was doing, like, 2 to 3. Yeah. A day.
So... it makes sense that you'd have to go through that testosterone replacement. But did you even realize that? I mean, you might have known, but you didn't put it 2 and 2 together, because, you know, you think, oh, I can handle it.
The thing with me is always, I think there's people out there doing more work, working harder, doing better, doing everything better than I can.
Maybe something you have to work on.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
No, I know.
We all have our own shit.
Oh, I know what I gotta work on. I very much understand, but it's definitely one of those things that I've realized where I'm like, in my bubble of this, I don't know what the fuck's going on with everyone else. I only get told what I'm doing. So I automatically think that every guy here in this industry is doing better than me.
That's why you have to have boundaries.
Well, that's why I'm working on this.
Yeah, you have to learn that too. That's, I mean, because if not, it'll, you know, you say, people don't know. You say yes, and because you think, oh, if I don't say yes to this, I'm not going to get this job.
Oh yeah, no, and
it's an ongoing thing. It's not just you. Obviously, it's so many performers. I think that's the one thing I was like. Everyone's like, why don't you do anal? Why don't you do anal? And blah blah blah. I was like, you know what? I'd rather keep anal for my personal life.
Yeah.
And to me, it doesn't pay an extraordinate amount. But you know.
Yeah, and it doesn't pay enough, and nor does it like it seems like. Okay, I remember being on Dante back here. I took him to his first scene, was a gay scene, and Nick Fit hit me up. He's like, "Hey, can you come? Pretty much you work out in the background." I'm like, "No problem, dude." I took pre-workout. I'm gung ho. And he's like,
"I got this."
And he's like, "You only got to be there for a little bit of time, right?"
Yeah.
Right? Which was a fucking lie. We had to be through the whole sex scene, working out in the background, But I'm sitting there, I'm like, just watching it, and I'm like...
It's a lot.
I'm like, dude. And like, watching dudes have to shoot up their dick, and one of the guys not into it, like, he's definitely gay for pay, and all the things that happen, and I'm like, man, if you ever have any thoughts of being gay, don't go to a gay set.
Well, it's the same like that on women.
Well, yeah,
like they'll do gay for pay or whatever. Like, I'm thinking you're hired for a job, be passionate, and this is the worst girl, where they're like... barely kissing the person or pussy-eating or anything like that. I'm just like, go all in. Like, you're literally hired to be an actor. Like, that's
like,
the
if you're
job.
gonna be here, go for it. You know?
Yeah, if you're just kind of placating to like this guy you're dating, trying to hook up with do a threesome, I can understand that. But you're literally, that's your job. You're paid to act in a sex scene.
Yeah, it's like having girls tell me, it's like, oh, I don't kiss because that's an intimate thing. I'm like, what do you mean?
But
like,
that's not, like, you're paid.
Yeah, but you're paid to be here.
Yeah, you're paid to be here. Like, I could, like, again, if you're, like, having a threesome with your boyfriend and you bring another male in and you don't want to kiss him, that's, negotiated within the boundaries of your relationship. But you're paid to be on set.
Yep.
I wanna enter on this a little bit.
But I know you're probably gonna say boundaries or something like that,
No. When you have like this kind of scenes that like the companies like just like come up with certain scenes that like a normal couple or like lesbian couple outside the industry would not have sex at to these expectations, like rough fingering, like big dildos or some shit like that, and like they ask for scenes like that. Like,
wait, repeat that. Like, so you're saying like there's couples that are
like in the couples in real life. Like, do you like imagine like they have sex like in the industry? Like,
do they have industry like sex?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I've hooked up with some guys that I've had like industry like that. I'm like, who are you? Who's teaching you to have sex like this?
Like
but here,
on the lesbian side, like because they want like really rough fingering shots.
It's just, everybody's different. Everybody has their different what they kind of go for.
Yeah, because the majority of the girls that we work with are like they don't like their rules is like no this, and this is the thing that.
Well, I think because like a lot of girls have fingernails, so I'm sure that they don't want like, and it's not the best, most sanitary thing if people have like long fingernails. So I can understand that, or maybe their vagina is going through something that day. It could be, but I think.
Bent back my nail.
Oh, okay, that sucks, huh?
It's not great.
Yeah. But I think, like, sometimes, and again, I don't know, I've heard some things have happened with issues with some of the male performers things, but you can just tell that they don't want to kiss the person, they don't want to, they're just like, you realize you do have to have sex.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to have to sex, you shouldn't be, like, taking it, because there's, a lot of other people that, will go in and perform the job. So it's just like, if you're not going to do it, that's fine. But, leave it up to somebody else who will do it.
Yeah, because someone else will quite enjoy this.
Yeah, they're actually into that.
Yeah.
Am I stirring?
Yeah, stir that bad boy up. Let me get you a potato masher.
I feel like I have to stand on my tiptoes for it.
Well, we're gonna take it out in a second. Actually, fuck it. While we're doing it right here, here we go. Would you mind grabbing that pot? All right, get it here. Just put that over there. And you start smashing the fuck out of that.
All right.
What I'll do is I'll season. There we go.
Good thing I wore my Cortez today.
Yeah, right. You know, I know you said you weren't going to be doing CrossFit. Well, let me tell you. There we go. There's that, there's that. What was I going to do with this? Chives! Oh, Christ. There's so many dishes.
Huh?
Oh, so they're just blown away how many dishes there were.
Yeah. I'm excited for this. I'm so hungry.
This is gonna be really
I love to eat.
Pretty much as soon as you're done with this mash, we can go ahead. But we're gonna cut up some chives, dump them in there. But we're gonna try to make that nice and fluffy.
It's like popping off this thing.
Go to this side. Nice butt.
Thanks. What's your favorite part about the industry?
It's a give and take of a question. Because the same thing I love about the industry is the same thing I fucking hate. I love getting to experience a lot of people. I like being able to give people something they've never had before.
Yeah.
I like to enjoy people's bodies, and I like when people enjoy my body. I like all these things are really fun to me. Now, that same note, I absolutely hate when all those things go the absolute other way.
Of course.
Here, let me put this in there.
I mean, nothing makes a scene than like some of the amazing, like there's some amazing people in there, and then there's also a lot of crappy people in there too.
Yeah, and again, it's one of those things that we find out real fast that some people, it's not their fucking day, you know?
Yeah.
Some people it is.
Yeah.
And, what? And so that ends up being a huge issue with a lot of people. It's like whether this is going to be your day, whether it's not, because you've worked with the same person, 3 times in a year, and the first 2 could be amazing, and the last one could be fucking horrible. You just don't know, you know?
Yeah.
Try some of this.
Justin's gonna love this footage.
I'll try some.
Yeah.
Just take a little chunk.
Who's gonna love this footage?
Editor. How's it?
Why?
Huh?
So good. Hold on.
In 3 cameras, you guys are both out of frame.
Oh, we're out of frame?
All right.
Damn, that's good.
Pull that bad boy up.
Okay.
Put it on the table.
Was I in frame?
Huh?
That's perfect.
All fucking
I was
fits.
going like this with the mashed potatoes. It's so good.
Okay. God, I need to wash that floor.
I just like it when there's like really unique experiences.
Yeah. Oh no. Now,
Scenes.
for on that same note, one of the things that I have to say about this job is it's given me the opportunity to travel to places I never would have thought.
Okay.
Making me feel better about my dick, which before I got into this job, I was like, I have a small dick. I'm terrible in bed because I had girlfriends who tell me that.
Wow.
And Nina Hartley was the one who fucking made me feel not bad about it because she put on radio interviews like, Nathan Bronson's got the most user-friendly cock, and I was like,
is that your tagline?
it should be.
The
I think I might.
most user-friendly cock.
Let's see. Boom.
This is gonna be so good.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what this tastes like because I haven't had this in a oh damn it.
I like doing the acting scenes, like when it's like good acting scenes.
Yeah.
And you get to go to that depth.
But that's the thing. The problem with the acting is I don't get to really
cinematic.
do that often where I actually enjoy the person I'm working with. Because like say like you. Let's say we're doing, which isn't happening anymore, but we're doing a mom stepson thing and it's got to be real creepy. I can go places with you. I wouldn't go with other girls.
Well, yeah, because yeah, some people you can play off of really well, and then
How's
some
that
people.
smell?
That smells so good.
See.
Oh, and the crispy skin.
All right, where's this fucking shit? God damn it! Stuff in life.
Yeah, Yeah, there's some people you can play off really. I want the crispy one. I want this one.
Get the crispy one.
I'm sure they're all crispy, but you know.
Okay. Got the damn. So yeah, it's a motherfucker. Get off time. Nope, going with this one. Fuck it. Go fuck yourself, Dante. There's that.
This is gonna be good.
That's not gonna be pretty. Technically what I should have did was taking the sauce out, then thicken it up.
Well, let's thicken it up a little bit.
I want to eat this now.
Oh.
Yeah.
You mean add a little flour to the sauce?
Yeah, but it's taking the sauce out, thicken the whole thing up. But you know what? Fuck it.
How do you thicken yours? Just adding a little flour?
Flour, cornstarch, but you'll take that out.
Yeah.
You'll stir it up with some other things.
Yeah, other things.
Yeah. And I want to, but I'm also really hungry.
I'm really hungry. I'm so excited for this. Yay.
Let's try.
Let's do this.
Oh, that's nice. See? That's it.
That's good.
It's kind of, I can get a knife too if you want one.
Yeah, let's get a knife.
Oh, man.
Do you love like the fat on meat? I love the fat on meat.
What? The fat on the chicken?
Skin and meat.
Oh, yeah.
I do.
Bottles! God damn it! Fucking pool guy. Can you get him, dude?
Have you cooked this before in here?
No.
It's good.
Dude, I love mashed potatoes.
I'm kidding. What's what's your favorite thing to stick in mashed potatoes?
Garlic. Garlic all day.
You know, like there's like the cheese spread. It was like, you know, you always get it like around like Thanksgiving time, and you put it with crackers, but it's like Boysen's or something like that. Do you ever add that to your mashed potatoes? So good.
Oh. I don't know what you're talking about. I never have, but I used to get it all the time at one of my restaurants that I worked at. I just stole it and just ate that shit.
Yeah. Try adding that to your
It's
mashed potato. Yeah. And it's like chives and stuff, herbs in it.
I know exactly what you're talking about. But anyway. This is the end of the episode. Tell everyone where they can find you. All the cool stuff.
On Instagram, it's at Chasing My Sanity. Oh, wrong thing. We're gonna start that all over. At Instagram, it's Chasing My Sanity. On Twitter, the handle is LA, like the city, and then Domina Helena. My website is Domina Helena. So I offer domination, pro-dom, BDSM sessions, and I also offer online coaching. So if you're struggling with your sexuality, self-concept, limiting belief patterns, or self-worth, I would love to be able to work with you. And I'm Helena Locke.
She finally said it!
I did! All those things. It only took you feeding me to get that out of me.
All right, guys. Well, this has been another episode of, sorry, kicking you, Cooking with Nathan. If you liked it, subscribe, like, things. If you want to help the channel out, please send us money because it would help pay for all the food. And the camera guy back there, whose prices are getting raised up, and he's being a little bit bitchy about it. So he's talking about wanting healthcare. Fuck him.
Yeah.
About the healthcare?
Call out.
What?
Can you do a call out? A call out.
To who?
Somebody who wants to be in.
Oh yeah. Let me get through the rest of this little spiel. Yeah, guys, hope you liked the episode. I hope everything is, you guys are keeping enjoying. Please keep telling people.
Tell him to bring me back so he can feed me more because I want to make other foods.
Yeah. Anyway, you want to call someone out? Tell them to come on.
Ooh. Okay, but I got to come back with this person.
Okay, who is it?
Astro.
That'd be fun.
Because we play off of each other.
Yeah, no, you guys are fun together.
We're a little hilarious.
Yeah, I very much. That one day I went and worked with you there. I was like, I wanted to spend the rest of the day there. You guys are so much fun.
Well, we just play, like, our humor is really good. Yeah. Like, we, like, laugh a lot. So,
And she did 30 minutes of reverse cowgirl. Fucking hell. Anyway.
No kidding.
Guys, please tune in next week. Gonna bring her on hopefully soon.
Yeah.
She's actually, I think I'm working with her next month or something like that, so maybe I can get her on the same day.
In April?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, figure it out.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm going to be traveling soon.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, so let's do April.
It's all
April,
about you, isn't it?
It is. So April I can do. Let's just hammer that out fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll hammer something out fast.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.